Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We're starting a new run, and this time we're playing as Portugal. I promised y'all a tall run, and we're about to get started. It's the future for me as of the end of the America run, but it will be the past for you because I'm almost assuredly going to start putting up episodes of this before the America run is complete. So, we'll get started with. I'm just going to start my basic necessities that I'm going to turn it on and set it to speed 1, and then I'll walk you through kind of where Portugal is in 1836. So first things first, just take a quick look at our market here. Oh my god, iron supplies are brutal. Alright, so that's one place we need to start. So to start, let's put one level of tooling workshops in our capital. Oh boy, that's going to take a long time. We'll get that going. I want to be improving relations with Brazil, which means I need to declare an interest over there. And for my other interest, I'm going to declare in Zanj in South East Africa. I may go for excuse me. What are you? Why did you get worse? My finances are terrible. And part of the reason for that is that I am paying a huge subsidy to my my trade centers here. So I don't know why that's happening, but it's gotta go. We're into mercantilism. We're not into that much mercantilism. Ports should all be cargo ports. Trade centers, unsubsidized. All right. So we are playing as Portugal. Oh, we need to set research. We're definitely going to go with Napoleonic warfare. That's a physiological needs technology right there. Interest groups resetting their things. So in the modern day, this is Portugal, but we also hold a bunch of other territory as well. I don't know to what extent Madeira, the Azores, and Cape Verde are held in the modern day by Portugal, but I don't know. And then there's a bunch of we have a bunch of territory in Africa. We have some of Angola. We have Zambezia, Lorenzo Marques, and Mozambique. And we have some territory here in the Sunda Isles in Indonesia. I'm going to throw a consumption tax or two in here. You know I'm going to tax services because I always do. That's just the most sensible consumption tax. And then we'll throw one on porcelain as well. That should kind of ungoof our situation. I'm gonna thunk government wages down to extremely low. We have Napoleonic warfare and lathe spreading. Those are good. Those are extremely good. So let's take a look at our buildings first of all. Here's what we've got. Very little industry. Congo is improving relations, as is Oyo. Oh yeah, I should start improving relations. For one, let's improve relations with Spain, our neighbors. I don't want to get fucking eaten by them. France is a next target. Do I have anyone I could rival? I'm going to rival the Dutch East Indies. And I'm going to rival Oranje, and I'm going to rival the Transvaal. That'll get me some. Do I actually want to let me take a look at this. Do I really want to be rivaled by you, Dutch East Indies? You're a reasonable country. Your economy is bigger than mine and population. You know what? I don't actually wish to be rivals with you. Okay, well, maybe it'll be fine. I don't think they're going to bother us much in Africa. So that gives us some influence to play with. Let's get started improving relations with France and Britain. We already have a defensive pact with, so that should be just fine. Other countries we want to improve relations with, let's go with Prussia. Can't because we don't have an interest declared. Okay, that's alright. Dynam is improving relations. Wonderful. So, anyways, we're talking about industry. Our industry is kind of Robert J. Borked. Not in the sense that it's doing really badly, but in the sense that we don't have any. There are virtually none. 2 textile mills, one each, and 1 glassworks. We're building tooling and paper mills, so that's going to take forever. For agriculture, we have some wheat farms, rice farms, and millet farms in various areas. If we go to citrus orchards, that will be less productive. Millet farms, same deal. Rice farms want to go over to maintaining single crop. Let's make them slightly more productive. That's just fine. Livestock ranches, we definitely are going to need to go with butchering tools, but obviously we don't have any tools in the customs union, so that's going to be difficult. Where do we have iron supplies? Only in Alentejo, which is here in our southeast. We're definitely going to need to be expanding iron production over the course of the game. That's certainly something we'll focus on. Getting sawmills would be for sure useful. That's going to increase the price of tools, but it's going to be worth it. I'm going to do that. That's going to bring the price of tools way up. We're getting all of our tools from imports. Let's bring in a few from Britain. I don't know where we're bringing them in from right now, but, well, we can check. We can check with this thing. From China. Interesting. So, trade routes. We have some unproductive ones. We have an unproductive trade route bringing in artillery from Great Britain. That's costing us money. We have an unproductive trade route bringing in tools from China. Our one bringing in tools from Great Britain is productive, though, so we'll scrap the one with China. And this one should level up as soon as the week turns over. Let's go ahead and let the week pass. A lot of diplomatic ties. No, it did not. Alright, so we will start a new tool import route. We'll get these from Piedmont. That's a nice productive trade route. And that'll reduce the price of tools to a point where we can function. This porcelain import route from China is not productive, but only just. I'm going to leave it. And we have a clippers export route to the Netherlands that is unproductive. So I'm going to scrap that. I need clippers in my own customs union anyway. Because we got ports. We got plenty of ports. That's going to make our shipyards more productive as well. So, other trade routes that are goofed. A sugar export route to the Netherlands is goofed. Let's grab sugar and drop that to encourage exports and see what that does. The Netherlands colonized Ivory Coast. Alright. Russian attitude improved. Alright. Bunch of notifications there. Lost diplomatic ties with Belgium. That's fine. Finance is still pretty rough. Goods from government buildings, most of the cost is in clippers. Let's... Right, because I swapped the ports over to being ports. Wow, I might need to undo that. That's actually really brutal. Portugal starts in a pretty tough place. Alright, well let's... Yeah, I mean, we'll have to do it. Beira, Extremadura, and Alentejo are my 3. Alright. So that's... Okay, and now we're in the black. Interesting. Very interesting. So... Brazil is improving relations. Wonderful. I will improve relations with Brazil as well. I would love to be doing better with Brazil. We share a ruling family. This is Pedro de Braganca, and our ruling family is our ruler is Queen Maria de Braganca. Republic of the Rio Grande is also improving relations. So, let's take a look at our politics for a second. We are we have the landowners and the intelligentsia in the government. Rural folk are salty, but what else is new? We'll go to our laws. We have an oligarchic monarchy under national supremacy, freedom of conscience. We do have appointed bureaucrats. That's good. We have a professional army. That's I might prefer national militia for this run, but I don't know. No home affairs. That's fine. Economic system. We have interventionism. That is very good. Trade policy. We have mercantilism. That's all right. I'll definitely be. I'll almost assuredly be working to change that up as time goes on. Land-based taxation, under taxation, that is absolutely brutal. Land reform, we have tenant farmers. That's basically the default for Western Europe. Better than serfdom, bunch of other better methods available. We have colonial exploitation, which is making our mines and plantations in our colonies more productive, but it's also reducing their subsistence output, manufacturing throughput, and wages in unincorporated states, and that's going to drive standard of living down. It's interesting. This doesn't drive standard of living down directly, but it does. Religious schools and charity hospitals, that's pretty good. It's a pretty good combination. And we've got local police force, which is not ideal. We could probably start going to dedicated police force right now, and I think that's what I'm... Oh, gosh, but the landowners are going to be big salty about that. Never mind, we'll leave it. Rights of women are under legal guardianship. That's unfortunate, but fine for the moment. And then... Yeah, free speech is law is censorship. That's alright. Couldn't hurt to grab right of assembly. The landowners would oppose it. Child labor is allowed. All of these other ones are basic. We start with migration controls. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Alright. So we have a movement to enact cultural exclusion straight out the gate. I don't think I'm going to necessarily do that. But, you know, we'll see. So what are some expansion opportunities? We definitely have... Oh my goodness. The European powers are already pushing into North Africa. I do have colonies growing in these areas, but not, you know, fast. Gaza is a very weak country. I could definitely take over Gaza without a problem. Ooh, France is guaranteeing our independence. Wonderful. I could also go after Congo. If I went after Congo, if I said, give me you, this would decay relations with 5 countries, including France and the Netherlands, but that wouldn't be that big of a deal. So what kind of an army does Congo have? Just regular infantry and going up. Now, what about Gaza? If I take Gaza, we'll take the rest of Lorenzo Marquez. 6 countries will be impacted, including Great Britain. That's not ideal, but it's alright. It's alright. So, definitely see some expansion opportunities over there. Do I want to get started on this right away? Do I want to get into this right away? If I started colonizing here... But I cannot. Only here. If I can get into the east of France, I can get a border with Ashanti, and that... No, because I would need to enclose France in order to make that happen. And obviously I can't go after Liberia. I wonder why I can't colonize right here. We don't have an interest. I thought I had an interest. Alright, well, we'll put an interest in, because I want to be adjacent to these African countries so that I can do some expansion over there. Let's take a look at our armed forces. We don't have much. We have very low-tech armed forces as of now. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade our cavalry up to lancers. I think that's the most sensible way to do things around here. We'll just get that started, and after that's done, maybe we'll take a look at some expansion opportunities. For ships, we have a very small fleet that's perfectly modern for this time period, but you know how things go with that. Alright, so right now we are bringing in a certain amount of wood. I'm going to change tariff policy for wood to protect domestic supply. Let's bring more wood in from Russia. And I'm going to go ahead and build us up another construction sector. I'm going to put that ahead of the tooling workshops. It's going to take 17 weeks. Urgh! This is brutal. This is why we're building up construction sectors. And I think we're going to need more sawmilling after that. So let's see. Do we have logging camps available in Alentejo? We have logging camps available in Beira, and we have some logging camps available in Estremadura. Not a lot available in our main areas here. What about in our empire? Okay, we do have some availability for logging in Angola, and a bit in these other areas. So that's fine. It's just fine. Do we have any traits that accelerate logging? Looks like no. That said, I think doing a tiny bit of expansion early is going to be valuable. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can grab Congo. It doesn't look like anyone will side with either side. France is getting suspiciously close. I don't want France on the other side of me. What if I go for Gaza instead? Okay, nobody's going to get involved in that. At least nobody who I think is going to impact the situation. So let's get started. We're going to wait until that kicks off. I'm going to mobilize one army to deal with this. And which do I want to use? Which one has more artillery? Neither. Alright. Well, actually, we got two fronts, so I'm going to need to use both. Let's look at our mobilization options. I can definitely activate liquor and sugar inputs. And we'll get these armies going. One in the north, one in the south. Shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. This is going to cost us a lot of cash, but it is what it is. Gazan attitude worsened, which is not shocking. Real shortage of convoys here, but I can't do anything about that. Shortage of small arms. That is not good. We are bringing small arms in from abroad from Britain right now. I'm going to set small... Yep, we're on protect domestic supply. We do not have an arms industry of our own. Let's go ahead and get us up to speed 4 and see what things look like. Why did our wood... Lost diplomatic ties with Russia. Well, that's unfortunate. So that has broken our trade route. Unfortunate. Let's, but let's declare our interest in... Okay, we declared our interest in Niger. Let's get started with a colony. We still can't. I have an interest in Niger. What's going on? Is it not ready yet? Oh, not quite. Alright. Well, that's fine. Import route for wood is scrapped. Let's look for other sources of wood. Let's bring them in let's bring them in from China. That should be fine. Let's show up with our financial situation. One more week. Alright, now we can form that colony right here. And then we'll put one here. And that's fine. These areas are going to need ports. In order to not be isolated, we will build those in the sort of eventually scale. So let me see. What else do we have going on? Technology. We're pretty rough in military. We're still stuck in the tier 1s, which is really brutal. In fact, I think we're going to have to unlock paddle steamer before we get general staff, because my innovation is super duper low. Production, we are also doing really rough. We've got lathe spreading to us, but we don't have Atmo pump engine or mechanical tools or railways. Intensive agriculture is going to be necessary going forward, but we don't need it yet. For society, we're doing okay. We could definitely use banking for the extra minting. I may go there. Empiricism will be super duper useful. We do have romanticism already. That's a plus. But it's dialectics before we get philosophy departments. That said, I don't think we have any universities in the country. Yep, nope, no universities, which is absolutely brutal. We've got some administrative capacity for some extra institutions, though. So let's bump law enforcement straight away. I would love to get education and health a little higher, but I'm not using my diplomatic capacity as it is, or my bureaucratic capacity as it is. So next place we could go after is Dahomey, and we could actually do some conquering here in southern West Africa right now. Alright, it's becoming clear to me that I need to bring in more guns. So let's bring them in from China. I don't know where China's... I guess China is manufacturing their own guns, but things are too expensive in the British market to be bringing in. So let me see. For technology, again, general staff is a survival technology. We're definitely going to need that. After that, once that's done, what are we going to need? I would love banking for the minting in over here in society. Stock exchange would also be really useful. This will unlock some new techs. Those are probably going to spread to us relatively soon. Although currently we have empiricism spreading, so that might not. Ugh. I really do want to knock out these level 1s in society. With that said, I think once we got general staff, Atmo pump engine up through railways is an absolute necessity. I don't think there's any path that doesn't involve us getting those. So I'll have to do that. After that, I think we circle back around and do the tier 1s for society. At least these two. And then we'll see what our other options are. I would love to get pharmaceuticals. That would be really nice. But I don't know that it's in the cards. Great Britain does not have any support we offer. I do want to be using my getting bankrolled by big countries life hack in this run. I'm going to be doing that a lot. Because for now, our financial situation is pretty rough. That said, I think our ability to win this war is going to be enormous. Let me see. So we've looked at buildings. We've looked at tech. We've looked at politics. So I think it's time to get going here. We'll probably fight this war and then finish out our episode 1 here. So let's see how these force comparisons look once our armies land. I think they'll be fine, but... because we have a larger and higher tech army than Gaza. And getting us just a little bit more territory will be heckin' useful. This might have been a mistake because of my shortage of wood. Actually, I'm bringing in more wood from China, right? I'm bringing in a bunch, at least a little. So this is why I need construction sectors, because that's going to make my... that's why I need tooling factories, because that's going to make my logging more effective. Alright, so... looks like no one's going to get in our way here, which is nice. Let's fire the 2 arms, and we will see how these battles go off. Looking good, looking good. Oh my gosh, this might be a quick victory. That would be really nice. I can't go after Transvaal or Oranje because both these countries are guaranteed by Great Britain, but I could go after Zulu next. Beautiful. Now, Zulu does have something resembling a real army. Let's see. But they are all irregular. So, I think we'll be able to grab Zulu without a problem. Looks like no one is going to step in. Transvaal or Oranje very potentially might. Those countries have line infantry. But their armies are also quite small, and I think I would be able to hold them off if I did it. So I think we're going for Zulu right away. And we'll just remobilize the armies right away. And place them on the border. And this way we'll be ready to go if Transvaal decides to step in. I don't think anyone's going to stop us here. Cape Colony is wary. Let's improve relations. I'm going to be their neighbor in a little bit, and I don't want to have a problem going on over there. Alright, force comparison is alright. Third Portuguese army, let's go ahead and cancel them. Dutch East Indies is rivaling me back. Alright, that's not a shocker. I may eventually try to improve relations with Transvaal or Oranje. Right now I'm leaving myself a little bit of extra influence because I want to keep my infamy decay moving at a good clip. Because you can't have too much infamy when you're a small power trying to become a medium-sized power. Having infamy is not your friend under those circumstances. I think Congo is going to be my next target. I should have enough relations with France by that point that improving, that getting a little bit of infamy in an area they're paying attention to should not cause a problem. We have increased the size of our construction sector. That has further increased the amount of wood that we use, and that's part of what's goofing up our finances right here. Let's go ahead and throw. What kind of workforce we have available? We got a lot in Lorenzo Marquez because we're holding the whole state at this point. I'll throw a couple of logging camps in there, but we have reduced construction efficiency. So there's war with Zulu. Let's see how the first battle's going. First battle's going all right. We got some events. Breeding and education. Disagreements between the landowners and the intelligentsia are causing conflicts in the government. You would understand my argument a lot better if you'd read anything written in the last 100 years. I refuse to read anything from an era in which uneducated people are taught to write. Innovators should leave why to others and focus on how. Angry intelligentsia. If we get the intelligentsia angry, we'll take a prestige hit, but that doesn't impact that much at this level. Oh, well, it might. It'll drop us below 2 Sicilies and Bolivia. Or nearly so. Nobles must accept that they are behind the times. Angry landowners, I cannot afford that. Intellectual and hereditary elites need to collaborate. So what's our base? Our base authority is 750. So a 25% hit is actually going to be significant. Sorry, intelligentsia. You're going to have to deal. A foreign manifesto. The recently translated works of Vincenzo Tafuri have become popular in the movement to enact cultural exclusion. The relationship has developed to the point of Vincenzo Tafuri openly endorsing the movement. And for a whole large class, there is no other road, especially for a nation so eminently practical as the Portuguese. The great thing is to get the working class to move as a class. That once obtained, they will soon find the right direction, and all who resist will be left out in the cold with small sects of their own. Our struggle is an international one, stronger movement, or this foreign interference ought to be punished. I'm going to do the second one. I don't necessarily want cultural exclusion. Lighthouse of Progress. Looking to the British system of wealth voting with a great sense of admiration, members of the industrialists have been flocking to pro-British societies of late. When I speak Great Britain, alas, the first matters that spring to mind to the minds of many of our dear countrymen will be those pertaining to foreign politics and not domestic. However, it is to the former and not the latter that we must look to the foundations of a true and strong bond between our nations. There is some merit in the British system, or mob rule has no place in Portugal. I'm going to say there's some merit in the system. Happier industrialists are going to be a very good thing in our country, although they're marginalized at this point, so that might have been a mistake, but that's alright. Now they're happier. Alright, battle is definitely going our way, so we'll be able to grab Zulu without a problem. Beautiful. Battle number 2 is going just fine. And then battle number 3 should sort it. Oh, one more. We're going to need one more. And that's the war, my nerds. So, let me quickly... I don't think I'm going to need to reset production methods, because I don't think I have any that I can change. I change ports in my home territories, but I'm not going to do that. Alright. Third Portuguese army continues to exist. We'll upgrade those infantry and otherwise move them to the army of Portugal. Alright, not bad, not bad. We've done a little bit of expansion. We're working on increasing our industry. Hopefully our finances will be doing a little bit better in the next episode. For now, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I'll see you on the other side.